So society is heading towards total collapse and full control. So full control over the individual. I'm just giving some points to how society is collapsing, or also deteriorating. So you have the trans movements taking over, clown shows of people dressing like the opposite gender and having sex with the same gender, which is taking over like every country. You're having the gender ideocracy being pushed in schools with children. Then the inflation that's hitting people's livelihoods and wages that don't keep up with it. Then women that's been through the feminist movement pushed into defiance towards men and into delusions of being strong and independent. Then women that are also being told health destructive messages about body positivity. Then men that are being shamed for being masculine. So as a man, you're not supposed to be a man. Then 99% of the people could be told that fresh air is poisonous and they would actually believe that. So they don't think, which is just making it even more problematic. But then also men can find good women who are not in delusions or defiance. And also many men choose to drop their standards because of that. Then single mothers that are castrating their boys already by dressing them like women and putting the female mindset on the boys without having them have an actual masculine role model or a man as a role model in their household. Then you see more and more women that exploit the system, that play victim and make false accusations in order to ruin a man. Then you have politicians that push drugs in the cities under the slogan of safe drugs, which only causes more and more devastation and problems overall. The same you could, or you also see that more and more cities choose to like decriminalize offenses. So thievery or like anything drug related, like it's being permitted more and more. Then you have the cultural destruction through Hollywood and their messaging. And then you got the censoring of people. Like people had not a single platform where they could actually speak and voice their opinion without actually getting banned or having some suppression on their account. Then you have the misinformation label that's being used by corporations or big corporations in order to suppress truth and to continue to have social media and mainstream media push false information. But they can use that as a tool to actually suppress the real information by having those like labels that they can put on the truthful information. Then you got this platform, or not this, but you got TikTok that pushes content specifically to people to keep them addicted in that space and keeps them asleep, depressed, not strong, and in a vegetable state. So you got that, and you got women losing all sort of respect, devaluing themselves with nude pictures on the internet and monetizing that. And that's being like pushed. Then the overall promiscuity that's being pushed as like something good, which also comes from like those celebrities that behave in that way too. That's being out there as a role model. So women think like they should be also acting like a hoe. Then you have a green agenda that's pushing people towards lowering their standards for CO2 and all that nonsense. So like people are supposed to like lower their standards, use less, make their life worse, and putting themselves like more and more into a worse place by lowering their standards. Then you have the push for communism, which comes with the handing out of money, right? Where they have helicopter money just like sent directly to people. There's no voting on that or anything. It just devalues money as a whole and causes inflation. And then you have the generations of young people that play victim over working for their living and that want that kind of social, what they think is only a social society, and not actually heading towards communism. Then you have protesters that are being slandered. So anyone that actually like speaks up about those things being labeled as bad people and is pushed by mainstream media as bad people, to kind of like smear the whole protest and what people are actually protesting against. Then all of that is actually leading to a really a destruction of society and causing more lawlessness and havoc and violence and riots and other things, and also hate between different classes and based on anything, whether it's like gender based or status or whatever. And that's giving those people, the politicians, the excuse or the reason to bring in CBDCs and to again send out helicopter money, and in order to solve the problem that they're creating themselves. And with that CBDCs, they got then full control over the individual. So they, for once, can individually track everyone. They can see where someone is going, what you buy, what you like, who you interact with, who you financially support, what you spend your money on, and everything becomes more easily being trackable with the introduction of CBDCs. And they're going to sell that as the new easy convenient thing. Just have one bank. So yeah, they're going to try that, or they're aiming for that. And then they're going to have more tracking of every person individually. And it also comes with the control of the individual. So over your money, so they can take your money. They can force you to do what you're being asked to do, or you lose your money. You can tell you how much you can travel. If you can travel, they can tell you what you can eat, what you cannot eat. They can tell you what you're basically allowed to spend your money on. They can basically force you to be quiet, because if you don't quiet and not obedient, you can just lose your money. They can tell you when you're allowed to use your money, and they can automatically fine you for whatever reason they might come up with that might be an offense. You said something that was not tolerated. You said something, you voiced an opinion that is not tolerated, and you automatically lose money, you lose access to your money, or have some kind of problems with your money. So that's full control over every individual. and that's coming with the CBDCs. So yeah, and those are my thoughts to where we're heading in society, or what's society heading into. And yeah, I'll see you in the next video.